Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing another pick a card and we are doing the final Halloween themed pick a card, and today we are taking a look at your shadow self. So we are going to be connecting with your shadow self and we are going to be taking a look at any fears or anything that needs to come up, and I'm going to be giving any guidance that spirit wants to give you in regards to any fears or worries or parts of you that need healing. I'm going to be given any guidance as how to deal with that and how to transmute those fears and worries into light, because like I said, this week we are in Scorpio season. This is, you know, a period of transformation, and this is when we can really get dirty and do that shadow work, and I felt like that was a really good reading to end my Halloween pick a card. So yeah, so we have 3 piles for you guys to choose from. The first pile is the Ocean Jasper. Hopefully that stays and doesn't roll away. Pile number 2, we have the Black Tourmaline. I wish you could smell my candles, guys. The smell I'm getting right now is so nice. We have Black Tourmaline. And then number 3, we have the Honey Calcite. So see which crystal you guys are drawn to. The timestamps, as always, are going to be in the description box. Before I get into the readings, I do want to make a quick disclaimer. My next door neighbor is doing something with a chainsaw right now, so apologies if you hear that in the background of the reading. It shouldn't really affect, but I wanted to keep that side note in. I think personally it's on theme with Halloween. I feel like every Halloween movie has a chainsaw in it somewhere, so I guess it's on theme. It's part of the aesthetic, I'm guessing. So I just wanted to make that disclaimer before I get in. But yeah, click on the crystal that you were drawn to and I will see you guys at your timestamp. To your readings, we are currently tapping into your shadow self, and we're going to be taking a look at any shadow attributes or any fears that can be highlighted and transmuted to light in this reading. So you guys chose the Ocean Jasper. I'm going to pop that up here and we're going to get straight in, and I'm going to use the Deviant Moon Tarot deck for this particular reading, because this particular deck, as I've said in my other readings, I just feel with this deck it brings up things that are more so hidden, and that's what we want to be focusing on. I do want to say before I start shuffling, trigger warning, anything to do with shadow work can be triggering, because it's usually parts of you that you may not want to look at or see. So I do want to say that before I get in. This may be a little bit of a deeper or more intense reading, so if you're not in the mind frame for that, this isn't the mood that you're in for that, maybe watch this at a later date or anything like that, because this may get a little bit triggering. So let's get straight in. So pile number 1, please spirit guides tap me into the collective of pile number 1 and their shadow self, and show me any shadow attributes that may need to be transmuted to light, or just anything, any fears or anything like that that need to be highlighted for this reading. Pile number 1. Okay, that card just flopped straight out. So we have the Hierophant here. Pile number 1. I just heard imposter syndrome. We'll get into it. Pile number 1, please spirit guides. Pile number 1. We have the Page of Wands. Pile number 1, please spirit guides. Pile number 1. Well, that's just a part of the deck. I should have taken that out. Apologies. Pile number 1, please spirit guides. Ace of Cups. Okay. Pile number 1, please spirit guides. Shadow attributes of pile number 1. One thing that I will say about you guys, pile number 1, I almost kind of feel like a lot of you've been doing a lot of shadow work. Like, I'm almost feeling like what we're actually picking up in this reading, 3 of Pentacles at the back of the deck, by the way. What we're actually picking up in this reading, pile number 1, is more so remnants of a wound that you've already started to work through and heal. The reason I'm saying that, when I look at shadow work, the way that I kind of like depict it is kind of going into very murky waters and swimming right to the bottom, and there's like chains and you have to kind of like unlock all of the chains, right? And when I'm tapping into your energy and the energy of your shadow self and taking a look at what needs to be highlighted, I'm not feeling like I have to swim all the way to the bottom and grab the chains or take a look at them, because I'm being made to feel like that's already been done by you. Like you've already been actively doing that shadow work, whether you call it shadow work or not. It's something that I feel like you've been dissecting maybe parts of your childhood and things like that, because what we're going to see and what I'm going to channel now from these cards is remnants of something that you've already worked through, and it's just something you haven't quite realized yet, or because you were working on the hard stuff, you haven't yet looked at this particular part yet, right? Because you've been busy, and it's nothing that you're doing wrong, it's just something that's come up. So you guys got the Hierophant, the Page of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Four of Cups. Now what I'm actually being told here is, the reason I was being told imposter syndrome is one thing I feel like you've been working at in regards to you know, healing and doing that shadow work is maybe you've been dealing with energies where you used to give a lot in the past, or you may have dealt with like people pleaser energies, or making yourself small to make other people feel good about themselves. I feel like that's something that you've been working on that kind of comes from childhood. I am being taken to the, I was going to say mother, but the minute I said mother, I saw father too. So this could be a cause of like two parents. Maybe you had like a narcissistic parent. Maybe your needs weren't met as a child, or maybe, you know, you kind of were taught in childhood to maybe stay quiet, to be safe, or you were taught to people please and give so that life was kind of easier for you and there was no friction. Because that's what the shadow self likes to do. It likes to keep us safe. So we develop these shadow attributes to keep ourselves safe. And I feel like that's what you've been working on. But with the Hierophant here and the Ace of Cups, what I'm being told of, there's a little remnant that your shadow self wants you to focus on, and that is there's a craft you're either working on, or there's just parts of you that there is still a little bit of fear to own. Whether that's out of fear of ridicule, whether that's out of fear of people maybe feeling jealous towards you or disliking you because you're good at what you're doing, you're shining that out, or you're just being your authentic self and people won't like it. It's either that, a slight remnant of feeling undeserving of accolades, or undeserving of praise, or it's making me feel like not seeing how good you are, like not seeing how skilled you are at something, not seeing how bright your light is. It's like there's still a part that's distorted where you're not seeing it. It's almost like I daren't have the audacity to claim to be good at this, or claim to be one of the best at this, or wear this outfit with ease and be confident in public, because who am I to do that? You know what I mean? There's a feeling of that still lurking about somewhere. And your shadow self is like, enough with making yourself small for the people, enough with worrying about validation from other people. You are the person you get validation from. Because I'm being told, pal number one, that you've already been doing a lot of shadow work, or just really rewiring your brain. And there is a skill or something you're thinking of doing, or something you're already doing, or something you just want to embody, or maybe are already embodying, that you're so good at. But it's almost like sometimes then you're looking for ways where you can invalidate yourself, in the sense of, you know, you may be a painter. I'm being taken art, right? Maybe a painter, and your art is so good, but then it's like, you're almost finding ways where you're picking at yourself for it. Like, oh, well, somebody could do better than that, or well, it was just luck that I got that really good, because if it wasn't for these paint brushes that somebody else bought me, that wouldn't be that good. Or this outfit that I'm wearing, like, I didn't really come up with this, did I? Like, I may have got the influence from someone else. Or, but like, it's like you're finding ways to pick at yourself, because I feel like in childhood you were picked at a lot, or maybe maybe you were bullied, or maybe there were friendships where they really picked at you, which is where you taught yourself to stay small so that wouldn't happen. So now that you have this amazing skill set, and you have this amazing you're just amazing in general. It's like you don't want to own it. You know what I mean? Because look at this Ace of Cups. Like, you have this Ace of Cups, this creativity, this passion, or this skill set for something that you mastered in other lifetimes. Like, you mastered in past lives. This is something that comes to you naturally. It's not even something that you have to work for. Whether, again, it's just the way you dress, whether it's a literal, like, creative project that you're working on, or just a business project in general. Could be reading tarot. It could be, you know, drawing, paint, whatever it is. You are so good at it. Like, creme de la creme. Like, Spirit's making me feel like you earned your trophies in this lifetimes ago. But with this Four of Cups here, do you see how she's chucking it? It's almost like this perfectionism energy comes in where you're like, I'm not good enough. And I'm not good enough to say that I'm good at this. I'm not good enough. And then chucking it away, or just like kind of trying to dismantle this creation that you've created. You know what I mean? You're looking for wrongs in it. When you're so good at it, you're here as this Ace of Cups. And you're so good at it that you're not even here to master it in this lifetime. You're here with this Three of Pentacles to teach it in this lifetime. You're not here to master it. You mastered it long ago. You know what I mean? Or you were this version of you that you wanted to shine out long ago. That's been you. That's your higher self now coming through. But the human version of you, or the ego version of you, or this part of your shadow self, is scared to own it. Fear of ridicule, fear of people maybe not validating you, fear of people calling you out your name, fear of failing. Because I feel like in childhood, you were taught, or you were just picked at, that things weren't good enough, this wasn't good enough, that wasn't good enough. And you just ingrained that in your brain. You know, and anytime you did do something good, or you did do something that was like, you were just being yourself, it's like people came for you. So the shadow self then creates this protective layer of, we stay small, and then you tell yourself these things that you learn. Okay, well, this isn't good enough, this isn't good enough, no, this isn't good enough, we gotta, you know what I mean? And these are the two attributes that your shadow self wants you to focus on, because your shadow self is saying it's time now with this Hierophant energy. It's time to shine your light. This is something you've mastered. You've mastered it already. You're a pro at this. Look at this chalice here. Like, you're a pro at this. You're not even a student in this. You're a teacher in this. You came to teach this, not master it. You know what I mean? But then you're standing next to people, and I'm not saying, you know, you're better than these people, but you're standing next to people that are at beginning stages, and then going, oh, you know, like, you feel like you fit in there, and you're like, I'm not good at this, so I need to stand in this beginner stage. I'm not good at this. And Spirit's like, you're a pro. You're here to teach. You should be, teaching. You should be shining that light. You're supposed to be the source of inspiration for others. You know what I mean? And it's almost like, I feel even in this lifetime, like, whatever this is, you get copied for it. I feel like people copy you. I feel like people get inspired by you, but it's like you don't see it in yourself. Like, your work is so good, people are like, wow, I need to maybe get better or hone my craft like that person, or I need to shine my light like that person, or I'm going to try and copy and paste that person because maybe it will work for me. All the while, I feel like you almost feel like throwing it away. It's like it's not enough. But this is where we're at with this Ace of Cups. And how we work through this, I'm going to pull 3 extra tarot cards to take a look at how we work through this, just as a message from Spirit. But this is coming as a remnant of something that you have already dismantled, which I feel may be like anxious attachment, maybe being in people-pleasing energy just to keep yourself safe as a child or a teen or whatever the case. I feel like you've already dismantled that. Definitely, I feel like you're on this kind of empowerment journey, self-worth journey, it feels. It's past self-love. It's way deeper than self-love. It's like self-worth, me knowing who I am, me standing in who I am. You're on that journey, and this is now coming up, so you can really put that crown on. I wasn't going to do a channeled song, and I'm going to do a channeled song because there's a song coming through. I'll have it linked in the description box. It's called Dear Yassi. And it's by Jessie Reyes, and she's very much talking her ish on it, and just like no F's given, just stepping into that crown energy and just being herself in her like raw authenticity. And I feel like that's something that I feel like you need to hear. So let's take a look at how you can overcome this, because in this lifetime you're supposed to be a teacher at this, or you're supposed to be a source of light and inspiration for people in whatever this is. And if you don't have a project or a creative endeavor that's on your mind, although I feel like 95% of you do, know what I'm talking about. It could just be you in general, the person that you are, being confident in who you are. You know what I mean? That's what it is. But let's because you're one of those people in this lifetime, pile number one, and I probably said it to you before, you're one of those people that creates a blueprint. You are somebody that like honors the authenticity and creates the new, sees things from a different light, has that rewired brain. And I feel like you're one of those people, but it's almost like you're not believing in your own source, or it's like you're believing in your own source, but it's almost like, how could I even have the audacity to, you know, say this with confidence, because I know that that friend that I want to keep, she may then be envious of me, or he may then be envious of me, and I don't want to cause friction there. And I know that person has a small mind and they're not going to believe in what I'm about to say, and what if they call me out? I don't think I can hack that. And it's like, stand in your truth is a message from your shadow self coming through really strongly. Pile number one, please. And do you know what it is? The people in childhood, or at least people that if you were bullied or you had friends that put you down, they saw this light in you. That's why they were putting you down, you know? Or they saw that potential in you. They saw that creativity in you. They saw all of that in you. That's why they put you down. Because people are just like that in this lifetime. People have insecurities and they decide to put them on others. It does happen. You know what I mean? It does happen in this lifetime, no matter how nice you are to them. Yeah, okay, I'm going to pull 3 cards. Spirit guides, what is pile number one shadow self message in getting out in this energy, getting out of this energy and being themselves and standing in their own energy? What is it that they need to work on? What is it that they can, what messages do they need to hear? What is it that they need to work on? What is it? Pile number one. A lot of water energy coming through with all of these cups. I do feel like some of you guys may have a lot of water in your chart. If not tropical, then sidereal. Pile number one. What is it that they need to... Ooh. Queen of Wands. Ew. I'm just hearing talk your ish. Stand in your ish. Queen, king. Like I'm literally... Oh my God. Look at the back of the deck. It's speaking for itself. You are this lion. You know what I mean? You're not a baby cub. You are a lion, raw. And let them hear you raw. Let them know exactly what you are, and that is a lion. Or if you feel more accustomed to wolves, then howl. Let them know you're a wolf. I don't know why I just got taken to wolves, but wolf may be somebody's spirit animal, because they just took me to wolves as well, and howling with the moon. I hope you know, when people try to attack something and start getting envious and jealous for no reason, or try to call them out of that name or blah, 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 it's because it's triggering them. The light or something that they're seeing in that person is triggering them. And it almost scares them in a way. So they try to attack the light. You know what I mean? What do you do when there's a light shining and it's getting in your eyes and it's just like, oh, what, do you know what I mean? Or, you know, the light's shining on your messy room. You don't want to see a messy room. You're too tired to clean it. What do? You turn the light off. So what's happening here is, like moths to a flame, I feel like you've dealt with people that have just pick. And I feel like you may even still deal with that. But what they're doing is they are projecting their insecurities onto you. Whether that's calling you out, or maybe just trying to put you down, or whether that's, you know, looking at these adventures you want to go on, or creative endeavors you want to go on, or just the person that you are, wanting to be that person. And in their life, they'd be too scared to embody that, right? They'd be too scared to embody that or do that. In their life, it's unlogical, right? So they project their fears onto you. That would never work. You can't make a career out of that. You can't be that type of person in this society. Okay, for them maybe, but not for you. Their perception is not your reality. It's not. And that's a message coming through straight away from the shadow self. Do not allow people to project onto you. You know your talent, you know your creativity. Stand in that. You know what I mean? There's something that you're doing or something that you are that you're so good at. So good at. Like a pro. Like up there as the OGs. Like you mastered it long ago. You had your accolades for it in other lifetimes. You literally were just like, okay, let's come to Earth and we'll teach that in this lifetime. You know what I mean? And it's almost like you're scared to own it or worry to own it. It's like, who am I to do this? This is who you are to do this. You know what I mean? This is who you are. Because with this High Priestess and the Queen of Wands, there's a strong energy coming through, pile number 1. There's a message here from your shadow self to not take what other people are saying and doing too hard. Listen to your inner voice and allow it to guide you. With this High Priestess, don't look at what other people are doing or other people are saying in regards to this craft or in regards to who you are. You answer to yourself and the Most High. And when I say Most High, whatever that means for you, your higher self, your spirit guides, your inner voice, your inner analog, God, the God source, the universe. You listen to yourself. That is who you're following in this lifetime. Nobody else. Nobody else. And there's a message from your shadow self to connect to that higher self or connect to that higher power or whatever it is that you connect to like that. And strengthen the relationship, whether it's with yourself, trust in yourself, or your higher self, whatever the case. Because this is who you answer to in this lifetime. This is who you listen to in this lifetime. Because this is who's got you that far. Not other people's projections. Because in this life, you are going to alchemize a lot and create a lot. With this Wands energy, you are an alchemist, pile number 1. And you are going to really bring in abundance for you. And this, whatever it is, whether it's just being that authentic version of you or this creative project, with this sunflower here, it's going to bring you happiness. It's going to bring you confidence. It's going to bring you abundance because it's part of you. It's what you came here to do. It's going to bring you abundance. And you're an alchemist. You're going to be successful with that, but you've got to believe in you and you've got to stand in that. Because a lot of people already see you like that. Most people do. But it's looking in that mirror and realizing that you are this energy. Because Spirit's coming through to say you are like top dog for what it is that you're wanting to create or do. You are like top dog in it. Please see that in yourself. Now, one thing I want to mention before I get into the oracle cards is solar plexus work. I don't know whether you're working on your solar plexus. If you guys are not aware of the chakras, I have a chakra playlist on my channel where I talk about the chakras and how to work with them and how to bring them into balance. But I do feel as a result of this energy, you may have fallen into an unbalanced solar plexus. I don't necessarily feel blocked because I feel like you've been doing shadow work here, and I do feel that upcoming for you, looking forward, there is an expansion in your solar plexus. So you guys may already be feeling that, maybe seeing the color yellow a lot or being drawn to the color yellow. Maybe you didn't like it before, now you're wanting to. But what I'm being told with you guys, because you guys are alchemists, one thing that you guys would benefit from is scripting affirmations of the solar plexus. I am worthy, I am confident, you know what I mean? Writing these things down. I have more affirmations on my playlist on YouTube. I'm not going to like list all of them here, but you can even Google them if you don't want to watch a video. Just solar plexus affirmations and writing them down, or just writing gratitude lists to yourself, but in the sense of like bigging yourself up, being your cheerleader, waking up in the morning, looking in that mirror and being like, oh my God, you know what I mean? I'm great at this, I'm this, or whatever. It's just doing that, or having a playlist of music, I'm being told, that bigs you up, makes you feel good, makes you feel like that bitch or that you know what I mean? Like anything like that, just because you deserve to like own that energy. It's such a beautiful golden energy. I'm going to pull some oracle cards now, but you very much are an alchemist. And you deserve to like own that. You know what I mean? It's not about being cocky. I don't even like the word cocky. I don't even like when people use the word cocky. When we're good at something, we should be able to say that. Own your ish. Stop being small for other people. Are people being small for you? You know, there's like, I'm being told to ask that question. Are people being small for you? Are people, you know, trying to dim their light so you can shine? No. You know what I mean? And we're not here to do that. We're here to shine. That's how we all ascend in this lifetime. That's how we bring the earth to a higher vibration. We all shine our lights. We all see the beauty in ourselves and we shine our lights. You know what I mean? And we ascend together. So shine that light. Shine that light. Let's pull more cards. Pile 1. Guidance for pile number 1 from their shadow self. Trick or treat, mischief and play. Yeah, do you see how they've got like a mask over? And I'm not saying you wear a mask, but it's like, this light is shining, let's put a cloak over it. You know what I mean? Take that mask off or take that cloth off. Let that light shine. Let it shine. You know what I mean? And you know what it is? I feel like you've dealt with a lot of people that try to be like someone else. So like, I feel like you're very authentic. Like I said, you very much try to embrace that or do embrace that. And I feel like people that wear these masks try and be like maybe what society wants them to be like, or what their parents want them to be like, or whatever. It's like they're too scared to be their authentic self, or they don't feel like their authentic self is enough. So then when they see you being your authentic self, it's like they're wanting to put a mask over you so that they can feel better about their mask. You know what I mean? And make you feel uncomfortable about walking around without it. That's what I'm being shown. It's like they're scared to reveal their true self. So when they see somebody do it, it triggers, you know? The back of the deck for the Halloween oracle, we actually have vampire emotional intelligence. I do feel like you've dealt with people that have been quite manipulative, pile one that have done this, and I feel like you've dealt with like energy vampires or people that have just felt big off of making you feel small. I feel like you have dealt with that, pile number 1. And this is something, it's like you're claiming yourself back. You're coming back into your energy. You're not allowing this anymore. And this is a path that you're actually walking on. Even if we didn't do this reading today, you were already moving towards it, because the real core of where it all began, you've already dealt with. You've already pulled from the ground. You've pulled that weed up. This is just like a little bit of grass left on the floor, and you're like, coming to a realization of something, or maybe needing a pep talk, or needing to be reminded of something, you know? So let's pull the Season of the Witch oracles, which is a message from your shadow self to you. Pile number 1. Pile number 1, please, spirit guides. A message from pile number 1, shadow self. Oh, we have 2. Okay, so we have, first off, we have healer. Listen as the medicine bleeds through her teeth, a river of mercy blessed by mother, seen only by those who hold her mirror. That's what you are, pile 1. You act as a mirror, because I feel like you are a light worker. You are a healer here. It's coming through. Maybe you see 22 a lot, or maybe you're a life path soul urge 22. But whatever the case, I just feel like because you bathe in that authenticity, it shines that light, it acts as a mirror, and people don't want sometimes a mirror to see parts of themselves that make them insecure. When you're being confident and it's making them insecure, it's like, oh my God, I don't want that. So they try to attack that. I feel like you dealt with that, especially in your earlier life, like moths to a flame. And I feel like you're stepping into a time where you're aware you're a healer. You may have been born on a full moon. We have the full moon behind her, that you may have been born on a full moon, but either the case, I just feel like you're stepping into who you are. And this is very much kind of clarification. Maybe it's the healing arts. That's something that you're feeling like it's not part of you, and I just feel like it is. It's part of you. It's why you're here. The feathers here reminding me of birds. Maybe you have a strong connection with birds, specifically owls. I'm being shown. Where should we put that? Put that by here. But yeah, that's the thing about being an empath and a light worker. We can act as mirrors, and it triggers. We also have ritual. Look at these master numbers. We have 33 here as well. Somebody might be a soul urge life path 33 as well, or you just see 33. But yeah, we have ritual, which is, can you feel them? Wild creatures linked by the very blood you will spill into your craft. A ritual of dedication to self and those whose gaze hold fire, but whose whispers carry you softly through the unknown. You have literal ancestors or spirit guides or just souls from past lives that are literally watching you or guiding you in this lifetime to literally come here and guide and teach others in something you have already mastered, and they're literally watching you and guiding you through this life. This is when we see here, blood you will spill into your craft. We literally have this card here. I know it's probably wine, but let's just take it as like blood here for a minute. This is something that you've worked so hard on in other lifetimes, which is why you're so good at it. You know what I mean? And even in this lifetime, I'm seeing you put so much energy into this craft or just being the person that you are. A ritual of dedication to self and those whose gaze hold fire, but those whose whispers carry you softly through the unknown. You're so supported as well, especially by doing this shadow work as well. You were so supported doing this. They're almost making me feel like you've been exceptional doing the shadow work, and I feel like even that may even trigger you in the sense of just like giving you permission to admit how good you've been, because you really have. I almost feel like I'm like carrying a weight up a hill. Like I just feel like you've done so much inner work, ancestral karma. This is something that's trickled down, and I just feel like you've really transmuted it. And I feel like still sometimes you'll be like, I haven't done enough, or I should have done more. Or when you feel an emotion coming up, it's like, oh, like I wasn't good enough. But it's just like you have done so much for yourself, that there's just such a energy from your spirit guides. Like they didn't even need us. We were there to help guide them through, and yes, we've guided them through, but they didn't even need us. Like that's the energy coming through. You've been supported this whole time while you've been doing this inner work, and you have been protected from things getting too far with people that were trying to dim your light. The back of the deck as well, to end the reading, we have silence. There is sweet embrace in nothingness. Stillness brings a presence of self fully embodied. Yeah, you know what it is? Like I said, you're such a perfectionist, and it's like, give yourself time off when you need it. Give yourself time to rest when you need it, because you give 110% all the time. You know what I mean? And I'm being told to say, like, you're on the right path. I feel like sometimes you may feel like you're not. You're on the right path. And there's an energy here of coming back to self and allowing other people's opinions or anything like that to fall away. Come back to self. Listen to your inner voice. Wow, okay. They're playing me the little bit of monologue from the Victoria Monet music video for her song Jaguar. And it cuts from the song. It's like a song about well, it's a song about sex, but it cuts to like this forest thing, and there's all eyes in the jungle, and she sings, there are many voices in the jungle, but the strongest one is your own. Listen. And that was something that I was literally just shown. If you want to watch the video, it's Victoria Monet Jaguar, but it's that monologue that I was being shown. So yeah, pile number one, that is what I have from you, from your shadow self. So I really hope that this resonated. I hope this was able to shed light. I hope this is something that's going to help aid you into transmuting that into light. I want to say before I go, you've done really well in the inner work and stuff. The fact that I didn't even have to swim that deep, this was just something that was coming up to the surface because of your doing of the shadow work. Just perfecto. Do you know what I mean? I feel like you're really just doing everything that needs to be done, and I'm giving you a very big hug. I hope you could feel it. I hope you feel that. So I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful Halloween. I hope to get the Kundalini video up this week. But whether you watch that or not, happy Halloween. I hope you have a beautiful Halloween weekend. Please stay safe. I'm sending you guys all my love, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey pal 2, welcome to your reading. So in today's reading we are taking a look at any messages in regards to your shadow self, any shadow attributes, any fears that need to come up in this reading. We are going to be getting into that and helping transmute them to light. So you guys chose the black tourmaline, and I'm going to pop that right here and we're going to get straight in. I'm going to use the Deviant Moon Tarot, and if I do need to clarify at all, I will be using the Radiant Wise Tarot to do that. So tap me into the collective of pile number 2, please, spirit guides. Something's coming through very strongly about you guys needing to be out in nature, or it doesn't just have to be nature. I'm just being taken to water in general, the ocean. Some of you guys may have been feeling very burnt out recently, pal 2, or just feeling very like disconnected, or feeling a little bit stuck in the rut. And just very quickly, it's more so a message from your higher self to get to nature, or to take more baths, or maybe have like a psychic shower in the morning and just cleanse your body in the morning. Imagine your energy being revitalized by the water, because one thing about you, pile 2, you may be my water pile, because I'm being told that you heal through water, for sure. But there's something about you either getting back into the simplistic parts of nature, especially where there's like lakes, streams, or the sea, or just being, I don't know, I just keep feeling like submerged in water, but it's more so like telling you to like cleanse, or that's going to rejuvenate you or something like that. Some of you guys have been feeling very burnt out, is the message. I'm going to get into the reading now. I feel like the reading is going to correlate as to why you've been feeling burnt out, to be honest with you. I think that's something to do with this reading, but we're going to get straight in. Very quickly as well, there's something about making sure you're eating foods that agree with your body and don't take away your energy. That's a message that came through. Just foods that make you feel better, make you feel revitalized. If you guys, I feel like you guys may be sensitive to foods, so there's a message there to take a look at what's taking your energy away, especially in regards to foods. So pile number 2, please, spirit guides, what messages do we have in regards to their shadow attributes, and how do we transmute them into light? Is there anything coming up for pile number 2 in regards to their shadow self? How can we help heal the shadow self of pile number 2, please, spirit guides? Pile number 2. Okay, so we have the Lovers straight away. Pile number 2, messages from pile number 2, shadow self. We have the 9 of Pentacles. Pile number 2, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, let me move this leaf. I'll put it over here. The Wheel of Fortune. Pile number, okay, we have the 10 of Wands as well, and the back of the deck we have the 4 of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, what I'm picking up from you, pile number 2, the message from your shadow self, it's not really coming up as anything more so too heavy. It's more so coming out in regards to, I don't know whether a lot of you guys have been doing shadow work or doing inner work, or you've just gone through like a really big transformation recently or over the past year. A transformation where there has been a lot of endings. There's been a lot of endings. There's been a lot of tower moments. There's been a lot of letting go. People have been falling away. Maybe connections have been falling apart. Maybe romantic connections have been falling apart. And maybe just the way you used to move about, you know, those old ways of moving about and moving about life, I feel like they've almost like transformed. This does feel a little bit like a transformation, but whatever the case, whether it's been a very catastrophic, if that's even a word, transformation, or whether it's been a very bright transformation, what I'm being told is you are very much currently on the road to a new path, or very much walking this road of a new path. You're moving into a new phase in your life. I do feel that has been a sense of like shifting timelines for you guys, pile number 2, whether you were intended to do that or not, whether you manifested that in and the universe made that shift happen for you, or whether it became like was sprung on by an awakening, a spiritual awakening, a kundalini awakening, anything like that. Either way, I just see like literal like fractures of things falling, like this doesn't serve me anymore and it's fallen away. And what I'm being told is this is what I'm being told. You've been through this transformation and you are very much in this new stage, but there is a door to the past that you are still either trying to open or you haven't shut yet. And I don't want you to take this as this could be a connection. For some of you guys, this could be a romantic connection you're holding on to. But you know what? For a lot of you, it doesn't even feel like a romantic connection. It more so feels like a way of doing things. Like, for example, maybe the past version of you was somebody that used to work, you know what I mean, and push yourself to work and push yourself to work like a machine, right? And you've seen how you've been through this ascension, and now you're more sensitive to energies, and now you're being called to be in the flow of things. And as you're walking on this new path, it's like you're trying to walk in the same footsteps as you had before, and it's like not working for you. Again, it could be like foods, eating same old foods that you may have been able to deal with in the past, but it's something that isn't agreeing with you anymore. And there's something about detaching from something that is taking your energy. Because with this Lovers card, what I'm actually taking here is there's something acting like a vampire in your life that you may still have an attachment to, that you are still holding on to, whether you're aware of it or not. The snake here, it's reminding me of like that Adam and Eve thing when the snake told Eve to bite the apple. It's reminding me of that. And I feel like it's more just an attachment that you had in the past, in that old way of doing things, in that old timeline, something that maybe comforted you then, or something that maybe it worked for you then. But I'm being told in this new phase that you're on, after going through this transformation, it's not something that fits you anymore. The shoe doesn't fit anymore. You've got a brand new pair of glass slippers, you know, down the road ready to put on, but it's like you're still trying to, or you don't even realize you're doing it. You're still going back to this thing that there's an attachment to it. For some of you guys, I do feel like it may be food as like a comfort, or like a vice that's a comfort. It could literally be something that like maybe you're still in a very rigid routine, and this new version of you requires you to flow, maybe be a little bit more lax so that you can be open to abundance coming in. Or maybe you used to procrastinate a lot, and this new version of you needs to put things in order and maybe wake up a little bit earlier, or have some time to you. Maybe in the past you didn't protect your energy much, or you didn't feel that you needed to meditate much, whereas now that may have you, you know, in a rut in your brain, and you're finding you're needing more times to be intimate with yourself and cleanse and be silent and be still. And that's a message coming through. But there's this new pathway, and there's something that needs to be cut off to, I'm not going to say bring the abundance in. The abundance is going to come in, but it's like with this Wheel of Fortune energy, I just feel there's something that you're trying to hold on to and bring with you that just isn't on this new path. For some of you guys, it's a friend. For some of you guys, it's a friend. For some of you guys, it's a relationship, but it's something where it takes all of your energy, but it doesn't restore you back. So I'm being told to actually ask you the question right now, what is it that you put a lot of your energy into and it takes from you, but it doesn't really fill up your cup? It could be as little for some of you as scrolling on Instagram and taking up all that energy and mindlessly scrolling for, you know, hours. But then it could be as heavy as something like the way you're eating, or an actual connection. But whatever the case, take a look at what is taking your energy, causing anxieties, causing worries, having you feel fatigued, and take a look at what is not filling you back up, and that's what it is. And I feel like a lot of you guys are kind of aware, or maybe at least psychically aware of what it is. There's something that is draining your energy, because I feel like you've done the work with the black tourmaline. There's not really anything I'm being called for you to really focus on and cleanse, because I feel like you've been doing that with this transformation. I almost feel like you had no choice in a way. Like this transformation just came like the ocean over you and just kind of cleansed it. For some of you, I feel like it was a lot harder than others. I'm being told like a mixed bag, but either way, it's like you've been doing everything right. I feel like you very much approached this new phase, but it's like you're supposed to be feeling this Nine of Pentacles, but something's pulling the energy. Is it a parent? Is it a living situation? Is it it's either a vice or a person. Is a vice a person or a job? Are you being called to switch jobs? Are you being called to change jobs? Are you being called to go elsewhere with work? You know, how much money are you getting paid and how much are you getting drained by the current job that you have? There's questions here that I'm being called to bring up, and it's going to be different for all of you because I'm being told it's different levels. For some of you, it's quite deep. For some of you, it's as little as literally like mindlessly scrolling Instagram and things like that. Is a friend using you as a crutch? That's something that I just got told to say. Is a friend using you as a crutch, or a family member using you as a crutch and putting all their problems on you? You know what I mean? And then when you need them, they're not there. I'm almost being told to ask you questions, for you to question, you know, what you're putting your energy into. For some of you guys, it is as little as food as well. Although I wouldn't really call that little, but that's something that's coming through, because with this Four of Pentacles, it's like you're being called. I'm going to clarify and get deeper into this, but with the Four of Pentacles, you're being called to preserve your energy and bring your energy inward. You know what I mean? Hold on to your energy, cleanse your energy, because look at this skeleton here, almost like with his arm out trying to grab. Something's making you feel burdened or just fatigued and tired. Let's get deeper into this. Pile number 2, please, spirit guides, tap me into the shadow self of pile number 2. What is it that pile number 2 needs to focus on? A card's just dropped. Let me grab it. Yeah, I see a lot of you feeling fatigued. I see a lot of you guys feeling fatigued. The High Priestess just popped out, so I'm being told that it may affect you sometimes spiritually, in the sense that you're just like feeling very fatigued, feeling like your brain's almost kind of like muffled because all your energy's just kind of been taken out of you, and then it's harder for you to practice discernment or make better decisions, and it's almost like you get stuck in a rut. Pile, something about changing a routine as well. Pile number 2, please, spirit guides. Pile number 2, look at that. We have the Devil come out in reverse. This is something I see you over the next month, through especially Scorpio season, detaching yourself from, so you can have this Nine of Pentacles, because you really have been on a journey with this transformation. I feel like a lot of you have really been purging. A lot of you have been purging. A lot of you have been getting rid of unhealthy attachments, but this is just one thing that I almost feel like you weren't even aware it was draining you in this way, that I'm being told to highlight. It doesn't feel too serious. It's just something that needs to be transmuted to light. Pile number 2, please, spirit guides. How do we transmute this to light? Look. Oh my God, tarot amazes me sometimes. We have the Six of Pentacles, pulling your energy in, not putting all of your energy into something that's draining you. Is this a person? Is this a job? Is this foods? What is this? It's taking your energy. You're being called to balance that out. Ask yourself, because again, they keep telling me, like, telling me to, like, ask you questions, like, look around at your connections right now. Family, love, friendships. Are they filling your cup? Do you feel like you're at their beck and call? Or do you feel that when they give you a call or when they're around you, it's like you're giving, or they're wanting something, or you're giving, and then it's like, where are they then when you actually need something? You know what I mean? I'm being called for you to reevaluate that and see if you want them to walk on this journey with you. And then again, with practical things as well, of course, like foods and maybe the way you use social media or something like that. Does there need to be boundaries? Because how you transmute this to light is you put in boundaries with yourself. You get very clear, I'm being told, on your boundaries. So get in a piece of paper and writing down what your boundaries are. Writing down what respect you deserve and what you want to see out of your friendships and relationships, or what you want to, how you want to feel. And then when you're around these people, or when you're eating these foods, or when you're doing these tasks, do they make you feel like that? Because if they don't, that needs to be eliminated, you know? But making sure that you know your boundaries so that they're clear to you. Because as long as your boundaries are clear to you, you can then make sure that you're implementing them the way that they need to, and you can put them in with other people. So it's like, okay, when I'm around my friends, I want to feel good, or I want to feel there's a balanced connection. I want to feel like there's a give and take. I don't want to feel like I'm their healer or teacher every time I see them. So then the next time you see your friends, or you see someone and they're like offloading on you, you know what I mean, and pouring all of that into you, and you've already been feeling low that day anyway, it's not something that you can deal with, you're able then to put that boundary in, like, look, I don't mind being there for you, but right now I'm feeling really low and I can't really deal with this right now. It's going to drain me. Can we do this another time? You know what I mean? So you're aware of it, so you can put that in. Or I want to feel abundant and healthy, and I want to be able to dance around my room. And then let's just say what drains me. I'll use myself as an example. So say, no, I want to feel like that, and I know that's my boundary, and I know that's my end goal and how I want to feel. And then someone puts a cheese toasty, bread and cheese just absolutely kill me. They like literally kill me. Someone puts a cheese toasty there. I know my boundaries and I know how I want to feel. That cheese toasty may feel good for a second, like that apple with Snow White. However, it's going to make me feel completely depleted and drained, because I know my body and I know it's not going to make me feel good. So my boundary is then I don't think I want to put that in my body. So it's making sure that you write these things down of how you want to be feeling with this Nine of Pentacles. Where do you want to see yourself? How do you want to feel? How do you want this new journey to look for you? And what do the connections look like on that new journey? And is that being mimicked in your life right now? And if it isn't, we want to eliminate that. So I definitely would call you guys to get like a little book or a piece of paper, or even in the notes in your phone, and just write my boundaries, how I want to feel. And then go about your day and see if anything is taken away from that. And then you'll know what to eliminate. I'm going to pull one more card. How do we transmute this to light? Pile number 2. How do we transmute these shadow attributes to light? Page of Pentacles. A lot of you time and focusing on you is definitely needed. Putting your needs at the forefront and really getting in tune, pile, with your body and yourself. We have the King of Cups. Some of you guys may, not on purpose, but be getting dragged into other people's arguments, other people's issues and things like that, and it's draining you. You don't mean to, but it's just happening around you. Spirit's saying, oh, what's that saying? They literally said it to me the other day. Because I was trying to do the most and defend someone. I was like, no, pick your battles. That's it. Pick your battles. If I jump into this situation, what's it going to do for me? Is it going to help me? Is it going to take me away from my peace? Right now, Spirit's calling you to really focus on your peace and what makes you feel good. I feel like you've gone through such a transformation. What you need to be focusing on right now is your happiness and what lights you up. So that message there is to really look at what needs to be eliminated, that is taken. But with this Page of Pentacles, it's taking me right back to what I said at the beginning of the video. Being simplistic, being in nature, rejuvenating, being in water, and being in a sense of stillness, so you can really connect to your emotions and connect to your body and connect to what it is that truly lights you up. You know what I mean? Having a new relationship, because when we go through transformations, and I do feel like you guys have been through quite a big one, when we go through transformations, we are not the same person that walked into that storm as the person that walked out. And with that, we're this new energy, we're more in alignment. So we have to get to know who we are again. We have to get to know our boundaries again. We have to get to know our needs again. We have to get to know our energy fields again, and what takes our energy now, and what, you know, brings to us now, and our desires. We have to get to know all that again. And right now, pile number 2, your shadow self is calling you to get to know yourself again, because I feel like a lot of these shadow attributes have already come up for you. You've been releasing them. So now it's like you're this new version where these parts of you are no longer holding you down, and now it's like, okay, how do I who am I now, and what do I stand for now? Because maybe certain boundaries may have slipped, but it's not the sense that boundaries have slipped, it's the sense that your boundaries have changed. You may now require more, or you may require something different. You have a new outlook. So it's not that the boundaries have necessarily slipped, it's just that they've changed. So how can you put in a boundary with someone, or even put in a boundary with yourself? Because we have to have healthy boundaries with ourselves. How do I do that if I'm not clear of them myself? And because of this transformation, you're now getting to know that again. So definitely writing these boundaries down and looking at what's depleting your energy. I'm going to pull more oracle cards for you guys. I need to clean this table again. I think my cat's been on this table, to be honest with you. She loves to come in through my bedroom window, and she sits on this table. I think it's because she knows, like, I do my readings here. Probably trying to cleanse. But she leaves a little paw prints and stuff, so I'm going to clean this. after this. I don't know why I'm telling you. I'm just talking out loud, I guess. Pile number 2, please, for guides. Any guidance for pile number 2 in transmuting this to light? Okay, that card just fell over the back of my table. I'm gonna have to actually get under my table. 2 seconds. Oh my god. I just found a candle under my table. That's always fun. Okay, let's sit back down. So we have, we literally have for you guys, winter, the sacredness of pausing. And what was I saying at the beginning? Being in that simplistic energy, getting to know you, being in that energy of just peace, so you can hear your thoughts, hear your body, hear what your body's calling out for. Listen to your energy, you know, and what it needs. Because we're used to looking to other people to tell us what we need. You know what I mean? Whether they're teachers or whether it's a doctor or whether it's, you know, social media. We're always looking to other people like, how can I fix this? But all of our answers really lie within our body. And really getting to know your body and listen to your body and getting to know your inner self and your inner world and understanding it. Or at least being in flow with it. That can really help us and have us dissect what our needs are. You know, so that's the message that we have here with winter, the sacredness of pausing. You're being called to not necessarily cocoon. I almost feel like you've been doing that, but I'm being told for you guys to be in a state of peace or be in a state of flow. Get out in nature and be as simplistic as possible so you can hear. Almost taking me to the Pocahontas scene. It's reminding me of that. You know, when she goes to see Grandmother Willow, and Grandmother Willow says, all around you are spirits, child. They live in the earth, in the water. If you listen, they will guide you. And she sings, listen with your heart, you will understand. And Pocahontas like stands there and there's like a gust of air that goes past her and she hears that energy, you know what I mean? Because she pauses and she listens. And that's a message for you guys, you know what I mean? Whether you want to go out into nature and literally sing that, or whether you just want to, again, be in that state of peace, or even just like laying in the bath and being in that water, allowing it to rejuvenate you and really listening to yourself. I feel like that's going to really help you right now, just being in that state of tranquility. In the back of the deck, we have the underworld, where all things pause and begin again. I feel like your life has almost been on halt with this skull here. You have been doing this death and rebirth energy. That's why nothing fully, like, emotionally, I feel has come up for you to transmute, because you have been healing. Pile number 2, this death card here is very much showing it. If anything, I do feel you're always healing. I do see a lot of like 8th house energy or just Plutonian Scorpio energy coming through for you guys, to be honest with you. But yeah, you're being called to just almost pause and listen, instead of like rushing forward, holding on to this thing that's depleting your energy. It could even be more than one thing. For me, just to give you like a little bit of advice, when I went through a Kundalini awakening, which I'm currently midway through kind of like filming and talking about, every single part of me changed, like literally every single part of me, to the point where it was like I could no longer be on social media like I used to. I could no longer do certain things because they were just depleting my energy. There were certain foods I had to just stop eating, you know what I mean, because it was absolutely taking my energy, and it was more stronger then because I transformed. I was more in alignment, so it was just energetically I could feel it really pulling me down, whereas before I didn't really feel it as much, you know. So that's what I had to do. I had to make changes with little things like that. Yeah, I want to pull more. Pile number 2. Pile number 2, please, spirit guides. Pile number 2. Pile number 2. A message from pile number 2. Shadow self. Any guidance from pile number 2's shadow? We have graveyard. Okay. There is a song that bellows in the peace of knowing no end and acknowledging the crossroads of eternity. Look at this RIP. There's something that's almost being called to put to bed. Look at that. Literally being called to put to bed. And the 8 and 1 adding up to the 9. 9 in numerology, you know, talks about endings. endings and that rebirth energy. And yeah, there's something I'm almost being called for you guys. I'm going to pull 2 for you because 2 came out for pile 1, so I want to pull 2 for you guys. But there's something you're being called to like lay down, put down before you move forward. You know what I mean? When we ascend from this physical realm, we don't take the physical body with us. We have to let go of our physical body in order to ascend into a higher realm. If we were holding on to our physical body, that's actually how souls can then become earthbound. And by earthbound, they don't ascend and they'll stay in the physical realm, because their attachment to their body, or that life that they had in that body, it's holding them back. So there's this energy to let go of that, like souls do when they ascend, of the physical body that's holding them into the 3D. Ascend so you can go into this new phase. But you know, like the body can't come with the person that's crossed over. I feel like this thing can't come with you. It doesn't fit. It has absolutely no room. And it's stopping you from feeling the 9 of Pentacles and being open to receive these blessings. And I'm not saying the blessings aren't going to come in, but there's this energy of almost like your higher self wanting to be very ready for them and having the energy to be ready for them. Do you know what I mean? And not feeling burdened in any way like that. Pile number 2. I see this literally being implemented over the next month or 2 months. I feel like it's something that could even be triggered by Scorpio season. It could even be something that's triggered literally by this reading. We have third harvest. Daughters of the woods, feel thy sacred swell with suppleness. Taste a gathering of honey's milk, filling your emptiness. Harvest. This is the thing about you guys. You're in a time now where a lot of abundance is coming in because you've done that work and you've been on that transformation. You are now on a timeline where new connections are coming through, new relationships are coming through, new job offers are coming through. Like, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of newness. And you've been through that transformation. I feel like the heavy work you've done. This is more like things on the top. You know what I mean? The heavy work you have done. And I love that I'm seeing this theme over the collective. It's not even just like the collective on my pick of cards. It's just the collective in general. Whenever I'm tapping into it, it's just that there has been a lot of inner work being done. And I see that you guys have done that. So I want to congratulate you before I even like end the reading, because you really have done a lot of work for this to be the only thing that's coming up. But there's just this little thing, like a thorn, needing to be pulled out or switched or flipped. The back of the deck, we have apples. It's reminding me of what I was seeing at the beginning, like Snow White with apple. To taste, one must swallow it whole, and beneath the satin flames hides drowning waters. That's very much just taking me to you collecting the fruits of your labor. Because it's time. I feel like you've done a lot of inner work. I feel like there's a lot of newness coming in for you. A lot. And I do want to make that aware. I know this is more of like a, okay, we need to like shift this and blah, blah, blah reading. I know it's that. But I do see you really entering a time where there's so much newness. Did the Fool come through for you? I don't know whether it did. But I'm really being shown the Fool energy in my mind's eye, because there's a lot of newness coming in for you. A lot. This is just like the little dregs I feel like you're almost dealing with right now. Is there any more messages to give pile number 2 before we end this reading? You're doing beautifully is a message that literally just came through. You are doing beautifully. Absolutely beautifully. I'm hearing keep going. You're doing well. Just pay attention to what's taken from you and make sure you're putting in those boundaries with yourself and with others. Because this is a new, you know, a new version of you. A brighter version of you. Okay, so that's the message that I have for you, pile number 2, in regards to your shadow self. I really hope that this resonated for you guys. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. I'm sending you guys all of my love. This is the last pick a card that I will be doing for this week, but I'll hopefully have the Kundalini video up at the end of the week. If I don't, it'll be up next week. Hopefully I'll have that sorted, but either way, I hope you guys have an amazing Halloween. If you're going out, please stay safe. I'm sending you guys all of my love. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey Pal 3, welcome to your reading. So today we are currently taking a look at your shadow self, and any shadow attributes or fears or anything that needs to be highlighted. That's what we're taking a look at in this reading, and we are going to be taking a look at some guidance and looking at how we can transmute these energies to light. So you guys chose the honey calcite. I'm going to pop that by here. Before I get in, I do want to say trigger warning, because usually with anything to do with like shadow attributes and stuff like that, we do swim into those murky waters, and sometimes it can be a little bit intense, not always, but it can be. So I do want to say that before I begin. If you guys are feeling a little bit low right now and not feeling like you're into that right now, you could maybe watch this at a later date or something like that if you don't want to get into those energies right now. But to be honest with you, pile number 1 and 2 weren't so emotionally deep or triggering like that. So I don't know whether that's going to be the same for you guys, but we're going to get straight in. So I think I just said so about 100 times. I'm going to be using the Deviant Moon Tarot just because this deck likes to show me all like the hidden energies and things like that. So I thought it would be best to use this one for the shadow video. So let's get straight in. Spirit guides, tap me into pile number 3's energy. Tap me into the collective of pile number 3's energy. Do you know what? There's been a theme, and it's not even just in the shadow self pick a card. It's been more so, I don't know whether it's on other channels, because obviously I'm not channeling from other people's subscribers. I'm obviously channeling for you guys, my subscribers. But the theme I'm picking up for all of you guys, like I really do feel like you guys have been doing like a lot of inner work. It's not even just like one pile it's coming through from. It is a lot of you. When I cleanse between piles to make sure I'm picking up on different energies, and for each pile that I've done today, there is a very strong essence of you've been coming out of a very strong awakening, or you've been ascending, or you've been going through a lot of shadow work, or you've just been really committed to self and doing inner work through self. Because there is a message here of, in regards to shadow work, we've done the most of it, and it's very much kind of on par with the other 2 readings. I feel like it's a different message for you guys, but it is that energy of we've done the most of it. Because I was saying a pile 1 when I was getting ready to do this reading, I really prepped myself ready for this reading, because I thought, okay, this is going to be really intense shadow work here. And how I like to look at shadow work is I like to look at it as like a lake of like murky water, and we swim to the bottom and we kind of like unchain our fears and things like that and allow them to rise to the surface. And I was saying with pile number 1 and 2, we didn't even have to swim to the bottom. We literally were at surface level and just dealing with remnants. That's literally what I'm picking up from you, pile number 3. And I'm hearing the Rihanna song. I haven't heard this in a really long time. It's called Get It Over With. And it was on her album, I think it was Unapologetic. And the song talks about how the storm was thundering and raining, and it was like she was waiting for like that sun to come out, right? And I'm just being almost made to feel like the storm's over. Now it's time to kind of like bask in the sun. I know in the northern hemisphere we're going into winter right now, but there's something about like your springtime, your summertime is coming, and there's almost this energy of like you've done everything that needs to be done. Don't try and continue to like pick yourself apart. It's time now to enjoy life. It's time now to see the beauty of life. That's what I'm being told to say, because before I even lay these tarot cards, I feel like pile number 3, you very strongly are my psychic like spiritual pile, and I feel like you strongly do probably connect with like starseeds. You never really truly feel home, grounded or safe in the physical world, or that's something that you have dealt with. And maybe you've always tried to escape, or maybe you've just naturally been a bit of a daydreamer, maybe you've just felt more comfortable in your higher chakras. But I'm being told now is the time that you are stepping into that Empress energy and alchemizing all of that energy into the physical, into your 3 lower chakras, your root chakra, your sacral chakra, and your solar plexus, so you can enjoy life and allow it to be abundant for you, because you've been through those hard lessons. And I feel like you are somebody that went through hard lessons to learn your wisdom. Some people find wisdom through books, some people find wisdom through just completely channeling and that's it. I feel like you learned your wisdom and learned how to connect to yourself in the higher realms through maybe trauma in childhood and kind of cracking yourself open. I feel like you went through a lot, pile 3, but what that did was that caused you to feel safer in the higher realms, and now you're bringing that heavenly energy to earth and into this lifetime so you can enjoy this lifetime, because there's a message coming through from your shadow self. You incarnated for a reason, and you may feel a bit because the energies on earth can be very dense and very intense, but your soul actually loves earth. That's the message coming through. Your soul loves earth. Your soul loves to come through earth. I'm being shown the trees, the lakes, the animals. Your soul loves it here, you know, and that's why your soul chose to come through, so you can transmute these energies and learn wisdom and shine that light out. But now it's time to actually enjoy and bask in the light of others and find people that are on par with you, and that's where you're stepping into. And I'm being told it's time to come out the shell. That's what I'm being told. I feel like you've been doing shadow work or you've been hermiting for a while. It's time to come out the shell, pile 3 is the message from the shadow self. You've literally turned yourself inside out. I like to say that because that's how I felt when I went through my Kundalini awakening, and I feel like you guys can relate to that. You feel like you've turned yourself inside out. You know what I mean? Brand new. And now it's time to open those doors and get out. The sun's coming out now, you know? So let's get in. I haven't even pulled the tarot cards yet, so there's some strong energies coming through here. Pile number 3. Pile number 3, please, spirit guides. Messages from pile number 3, shadow self. Temperance. Pile number 3, shadow. Oh, I just think. 3 of Wands. Okay. Pile number 3, shadow self. Ooh. Queen of Pentacles. King of Wands. Okay. And the back of the deck. Back of the deck we have the 8 of Cups. Walking away from things that don't serve you. You've been doing that. You really have been doing that. And can I just say, before we even get into this, I just want to like congratulate you and just say that I'm proud of you for walking away from all that, because it's very apparent in this reading that you've walked away from a lot. Walking away from like temporary satisfaction so you can have long-term happiness and peace. That's what you've been doing. Do you know that path is really hard? It's really hard. It's very intense. You know, I've walked it myself. And you chose to do that. That is courage. Courage. And now your shadow self is saying to use that courage to step back out, to be seen again. To be seen again, to come back out. Have you guys been isolated, even maybe in the home? Do some of you guys work from home? Or have you guys literally just been going to work, coming home, not being as sociable? That's completely normal. You haven't been doing anything wrong. Whenever we go through transformations and things like that and old karmic cycles, we tend to want to isolate. Right now, I am being called for you guys to focus on self and focus on revitalizing your energy. I do want to say that. Making sure that you're feeding your body the right foods, making sure that you are doing everything to fill up your own cup. I do feel like you're doing that, to be honest with you. I feel like you're very focused on self and self-love and all of that. I feel like you really are focusing on it. But with this 3 of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, King of Wands, it's like, you're meant to be seen in this lifetime, pile 3. You're meant to be seen, and you've got things to get out there, and you've got things to say in this lifetime, things to showcast in this lifetime. And you've got people to meet. This, you know, you've done all the shadow work, and it's like, you've now got people to meet, people to see. You know what I mean? You've got really fun, like, this next phase of your life is kind of like, you see these plants here, they look like little buds. This phase of your life is a time where you bloom. Because I feel like you've been single for a while, or you haven't had many close friends for a while, or even maybe ever. You know what I mean? Maybe ever. Maybe you've been on this path for a really long time. And let me tell you, you've absolutely mastered it. There's self-mastery in that area, especially for this phase in your life. And what you're learning now is to see the beauty externally, see the beauty in other people, have people teach you how to love again. You know what I mean? Relationships, having other people teach you how to love. And I don't mean like having that love outside of yourself, but learning about each other and being with people in the physical and seeing things, seeing new things, whether it's traveling or new jobs or new job opportunities coming through or new creative ideas and getting them out there. Like, I feel like this next phase for you is going to be very sociable, whether that's sociable online, making friends online or being known online or something like that, or whether that's just like in the physical world, getting out there. I do see new friends. There's a big highlight on new friendships, whether it's a friendship circle or just like maybe like one or two just like close friends that I feel like you're going to have a really profound connection on, because when I tell you you're in this new phase, you are now in a new paradigm. You are now on a new timeline. So those old friends that maybe treated you a certain way, or ex-relationships that treated you a certain way, you have literally transmuted that. You've done that. And you've transmuted the parts of you that wanted that now. You probably are feeling like, I don't relate to any of that anymore. And I'll say that with my chest because I feel like a lot of you guys are. But that's because you're in this new energy, and there's almost a little bit of fear that your shadow self wants to bring up, of like, you're fearing maybe going back to your old ways, or you're fearing maybe not feeling strong enough to put in a boundary with someone, or holding your boundaries firm, or you're fearing losing yourself in someone. But that's not the case now, because you know yourself. You've been putting that energy into yourself with this Temperance card, and with this Three of Wands, you're moving on to new horizons where there's going to be people in alignment with the person you are now. And they are going to love the way you love, and they're going to give the way you give. Why? Because you honor your boundaries and you honor yourself, and they do too. And that's what's coming in for you. And your higher self and your shadow self is saying, you've worked so hard, do not fear the blessings that are about to come in. They're not going to fall away. I feel like you've had a lot of tower moments in life, Pal 3, whether that was in family situations, or whether that was just, you know, you've always had things kind of like transform. But I'm being told you're coming into a time now where it's like, you're flowing as well. Like, there's not too much attachment to anything. You are coming into a time where you're open to new possibilities, and there's a message from your shadow self to be open to anything that comes in. But you're coming into a time where things are flowing. You're no longer having that fear to hold on to in case it falls away. So because that fear isn't there, you're not sending it out. And things are just flowing naturally and coming to you naturally. And that's why these friendships and these relationships are flowing in. And it's going to be a lot brighter and a lot healthier. You're moving into a very healthy time because you chose you. I don't know when it was that you chose you, or whether you didn't even realize that you were doing it. But you chose you, and you walked away, you know, from people that were taken from you, or oversharing, or overgiving, or just things that didn't serve you. You know, just things that didn't serve you, by doing that healing on yourself. If there's a project you've been working on in your hermit phase, maybe that's something that you've been focusing on. I do see that taking off. I do see abundance coming in there. You're very much in this King of Wands energy as well. Like, I'm being told, like, the pink brush is in your hand. This book that you had, that chapter's over, the book's on the shelf now, you've read it, and now you're opening a new book and they're saying the pen's in your hand now. Where do you want to go? You know what I mean? What do you want to manifest in? Be open to it. And I'm hearing what's this song? Who sang Meet Me Halfway? Was it will.i.am? Oh, Black Eyed Peas. Meet Me Halfway. There's an energy about that, like, to get out there. And I don't mean like, you know, don't force yourself to go and do all of these classes and things like that if you don't want to, but it's not even about that. It's just seeing the beauty and seeing the openness of this new path, and not fearing what's to come, because there's no need to fear, I'm being told. You know what I mean? Open those blinds and see that sun. See the beauty and the abundance everywhere, because there's a message here for you to see the abundance on earth. I feel like, especially maybe when you were going through this shift, or maybe just like a lot of your life, because I said you felt connected to like starseeds. I feel like you've always felt like, and I've said this a lot in my childhood as well, I want to go home. Don't know where home is, but I want to go home. I want to come home. I was saying it very young, and I feel like you would correlate to that. I just don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I want to go home. And your higher self is actually like coming through to say, you are home wherever you are, because like you are home. Does that make sense? You're connected to that light source. You're connected to that universal energy always. You are home. And you chose to come to earth because you wanted to experience earth. You wanted to be a human being. You wanted to see abundance and feel abundance. And yes, you've been through things, but now it's time to feel it and see that. So there's this energy to really be grounded and feeling safe in your physical body and enjoying the life that you have. You didn't come here to be miserable. You didn't come here to hate your existence or be fearful of going out there. You came here to see Gaia and all its beauty and be a part of it and play in that abundant playground. You came here to do that, is the message from your shadow self. And you've been doing the work to make sure that it's safe for you to do that and okay for you to do that. You know what I mean? You've been doing that work. You've literally been ticking boxes flawlessly. I feel like, you know that Michelle Obama video, and she's like, well, girl, you've done it again. She's like, hiring the bar for us all and doing it flawlessly. Like that video, I don't know if you've ever seen it. Just type in Michelle Obama, you've done it again. I'm sure it'll come up on YouTube. But I'm being shown that like as a kind of like joke in regards to just like, that's what they're making me want to say to you, because I just feel like you really have been just ticking off boxes, doing everything right. I want to get into, how do we transmute this energy to light? How do we, let me word this right. How do we embody this energy of newness? How do we embody this energy of being seen and being out there? How do we let go of any fears that we have from the past? Pile 3, what do we do? Pile 3, messages from Pile 3's shadow self. What do we do? What do we do? Upright or upside down? Upright. Okay, we have the 5 of Cups. What do we do? 6 of Wands. What do we do? Pile number 3. Oh, the Fool. That's what I want to see. Okay, hang on. We got like 5 cards for you, I think. Yeah, we did. We have the Page of Swords. We have the Ace of Cups. Oh, we have the Ace of Cups and we have the Fool. There's so much abundance on this new path, Pile 3. But Spirit and your shadow self and your higher self want you to see that. I feel like, and this is something I was in around about August time. I'd done so much shadow work that like, I was so tired and burnt out, and I've been dealing with all of these darker emotions for so long. I kind of didn't know how to enjoy my life. I didn't know how to enjoy life again or see life as happy again, because I was like stuck in those emotions. I was stuck in a rut. And I very much had to choose to flip that energy and be like, life here on earth, you know, it's about experiences. And I'm just telling you my download because I feel like it will help some of you guys. It's about experiences and loving. And if we fear to love and we hide from connections in fear of being hurt or whatever, we're not doing what we came here to do, because these connections that we have with each other, this love that we share with each other, these moments that we have, these memories that we have, that's what makes us a human being. And that's what makes this incarnation so beautiful, to have all of these experiences with each other and have these happy moments and have these fun moments. We're here to do that. We're here to experience joy and life and love as a human being. We're here to do that and embrace each other and meet new people. That's what it's for. Because life is always shifting and changing, and we want to flow with that and enjoy that. And I had to look at it that way, and I changed to look at it that way. And I got to a point, because I've always been very like, I want to go home. You know what I mean? I feel alien. And I got to a point where I was just like, I want to be here. I want to be here, and I want to feel these emotions, and I want to meet people like me, and I want to embrace all of that, and I want to love my life. And I don't want to... I want to look back at my life whenever I get to whatever point, you know, when I'm looking back at it and be like, wow, that incarnation was so much fun. Didn't start the funnest, but I made it fun. And there was so much fun there, and there was so much abundance there. And oh my God, I love that incarnation. I want to be able to do that, you know, as a soul. I want to be able to look back at that and remember all of those fun times. And that's something that Spirit's wanting you to gear up for and be excited for. You know what I mean? These new experiences and these new times, and, you know, the children you may have one day, or, you know, more times with the children you already have, or the relationships that you're going to have one day, and that love you're going to feel one day back, and the friendships. It's like there's an energy here. Get excited for that, because that's what you've been working for. You know what I mean? I know you're tired. I'm being shown the Rumi quote that I have on my Instagram. I know you're tired but what is it? Yeah, I know you're tired, but calmness is the way, or something like that. And this is energy like, I know you're tired, but I just what you've been fighting for is now like in your reach. You're stepping towards that, and there's this energy to ramp that up and get excited, because the abundance of love with this Ace of Cups that is coming through, this bird here representing freedom, there's so much newness and love. And with this dog here, dogs are known for their loyalty. I really do feel like you're going to come into connection with, you know, people that are very loyal to you and very much have that same energy as you. There's such a beautiful energy up ahead for you guys, and it's like, take your energy off these Three of Cups. They're over. I don't even feel that they're on the Three of Cups. It's more so you've just been stuck in those emotions because you've had to be in them for a while, and now it's time to flip that switch. Some of you guys may have a lot of fixed energy in your chart. I almost feel like if you're in a routine, you'll stay in that routine for a really, really long while and stuff like that. Three of Pentacles, like I said, some of you guys may be starting a business or teaching or guiding people with this Three of Pentacles here. I'm going to put that by here. But there's this, get excited. And what I'm being told for you guys to do, and I love to do this, I've always done this, I don't know if you do it, romanticize your life. And in whatever that means for you, I'll show you what, like, I'll tell you what I do, just so you can like understand. Like, I love things being very like aesthetically pleasing and stuff like that. And I like to, say, you know, like for spring, summer, autumn, winter, I like to have like different pajamas, and then I'll have like a perfume just for that season, and I'll have a candle just for that season. I always buy a new Yankee candle every month for like, you know, the like month and the season and the energy of it. And like, I'll listen to music in regards, like I've got my autumn playlist on now, and I'll romanticize it. Like, one thing I love to do in autumn is I like to go hiking. I live by a forest, and me and my friend, we go hiking, and I'll make sure I have like my autumn clothes, and I'll like romanticize it, you know what I mean, because it's exciting and it's that time of the year. And I'll just do like little things like that. I'll go, me and my friend like to go and get like, go into like coffee shops and stuff like that, and you know, go shopping and look for stuff like that, and I'll romanticize that, and it's exciting, and it gets me excited, and it makes me feel good. And I'm being told that one thing that you'll really do well with is romanticizing your life, you know what I mean, whether it's just like creating an aesthetic for your life, or just like romanticizing it, getting used to this new version of you, and falling in love with just your life, even if like not a lot's going on in the morning, you know what I mean. Maybe like for me, like I even, when I was starting up my routine again, I was so excited. I bought new like gym gear, and I have like I bought like a new flask for my tea in the morning. I didn't need another one, you know what I mean, but I was like, oh, this is like a new phase, I can have everything ready for me. And do you know what I mean, I do little things like that, and it gets me excited. It really gets me excited, and I'm being called for you guys to do little things like that, you know what I mean. Maybe even just buying yourself like a new cup in the mornings to drink your tea from, or just little things like that. Like it's just little things that are just going to get you excited for life. Life's supposed to be fun and exciting, and you've been through the heavy energy. Now it's now time to experience the fun that you can have on Earth, because Earth can be fun. You know. So I'm going to pull some more oracle cards just as a little bit of extra guidance. Pile number 3, please, spirit guides. Pile number 3. Messages from pile number 3's shadow self. Oh god, those, I'm only going to use one, so I'll put them back. Message from pile number 3's shadow self. What guidance do we have for pile 3? We have zombie control. Yeah, you're stepping out of that energy. You're stepping out of that energy. You're putting things to bed. That lurking energy of like feeling stagnant or feeling low, I do feel like you guys may be a bit fixed like astrologically, because it's like, it's not anything that you're doing on purpose, or it's not even in like a poor me or pity me. It's nothing like that. It's just an energy you've been in for some time because you had to be to transmute the energies, and now it's like, okay, I need to find my spark back. But this energy has been lingering. What you're needing is your spark back, something to get excited for, you know, something to get excited for. And for me, even when I don't necessarily have anything to be excited for, I just think of like the future, what I've been manifesting in and getting excited for it, and making sure that, like, you know, I'm getting excited to wake up in the morning just to experience, you know, the sun coming up or something like that, making these little things like excitable. That's what I'm being called for you to do. Pile number 3. Pile number 3. I've recently been redecorating my room because I want it to look like a forest. So I've been redecorating it, and that's something I've been getting excited for every morning. So if you guys want to like redecorate your house or your bedroom or something like that, I've been redecorating my bedroom and just making, like, getting all the plants. It's literally looking like a forest in here, to be honest with you. But little things, the little things, they go a long way. Nature spirits. So we have nature spirits on your toes, twirl and twirl until you're ready to take flight. They arrive in the winds beneath your wings and speak through the swaying of the trees. Okay. Speak through the swaying of the trees. Look at the bird here again. There's something about you on birds. Connected to birds. But it's also showing up. I think you've been seeing birds a lot, and the reason being is freedom. You're moving into a new stage where you're no longer held back by old wounds. You're stepping into a time of freedom. Yeah. Okay. But with nature spirits and this energy coming round, it's just like, it's more so taking me to nature and just the seasonal changes. And the sense that it's not winter anymore. We're moving into spring. And stuff's about to start budding, like I said, with that energy here with those buds. Life's about to start budding for you. Don't be wary of it. Don't be frightened of it. The past is the past, you know. I want to pull one more card. That's what I'm picking up from nature spirits. Ooh. We have healer. Listen as the medicine bleeds through her teeth, a river of mercy blessed by mother, seen only by those who hold her mirror. You guys are healers. I feel like you guys are empaths, and I feel like this is why you've had to learn a lot. You've had to heal yourself before you could heal other people. And that's the journey that you've been on. And I know that journey can be dense at times. It can be hard at times. But you've been acing it. Absolutely acing it. You know what I think you guys need to do? Have a little celebration, even if it's just you. Get yourself a cake, you know, some candles or some nice champagne or whatever, some wine. Or, you know, if you don't drink like that, maybe just like, I don't know, some cranberry juice. I don't know, just anything just to celebrate, or buy yourself something to kind of solidify, like, I did that. Oh my God, look what I've just transformed. And now this newness is coming in, and getting excited for, like, oh my God. You know, like I said about, like, what's it called? Romanticizing your life. Celebrating that, like, rite of passage into this new, you know, way of being. Having a little party, even if it is just by yourself. Call your spirit guides. Have a boogie with them. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm picking up. Like, romanticize. Like, you've done so much. You have so much to celebrate. So much to celebrate. And so much to come. That Spirit's saying, be in that energy of excitement and celebration and love. Because there's a lot of that heading up your way. Just that trigger, that lightning in a bottle that you're needing, that jump start. And we have the third harvest at the back of the deck. And this is more so coming through as your harvest is coming. This is where we bear the crops. And this is the part of your life where that's happening, you know? Even if you haven't got money to go and buy and change things in your house, or buy yourself, you know, something or whatever, like, make a playlist of all celebration songs. You know what I mean? To get into that mindset. It's that oomph you're needing to see. You've been seeing light through the, you've been seeing the earth or life through shadow eyes for a while, because you chose to bathe in that so you could transmute it. And now it's time to see life through your higher self. You know what I mean? And a more healed version of you's eyes, which is beautiful, which is abundance, which is fun, it's play, it's celebration, it's happiness, it's connection to people. I don't know why I'm clicking. Yeah. I don't know why I keep clicking. I don't know whether you guys are clicking, but I feel the need to click. Okay, pile number 3. So that's the message that I have for you from your shadow self. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. This is the last pick a card in regards to the like spooky theme. So I am hoping to get my Kundalini video up by the end of the week. If I don't, I'll have it up next week. But either way, whether you watch the video or not, I hope you have a beautiful Halloween. I hope you have a lovely Halloween. If you are going out, please stay safe. And look after yourselves. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching, and hopefully I will see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching.